Okay, number 5, you have you want to find the surface area of a regular pyramid with a decagon base that has altitude 8. Now, in a pyramid, and I'm not going to draw this fully out, it's going to look something like this. And you know, I can't draw a decagon base well and connect it up as a pyramid. But what it's going to have is an altitude, and the altitude is going to drop down to the center of the base. And so that's what our 8 is here. Well, when we find the surface area of a pyramid, it's just the area of the base plus 1/2 of the perimeter, but it's not times the altitude like it is in a prism, because the altitude is inside. It's got to be times the face, and we call that the face, the lateral face. And so this is referred to as the lateral height, or L. And lateral height would be, in this pyramid, it would be this length right here, right? And so we get a triangle that is created with the altitude, which in this case is 8, the lateral height, which is L, and then this length right here, which is just the apothem. And so that apothem is going to be very important for us because it's going to help us to find the area of the base. It's going to help us find the perimeter. And then it's also going to help us to find this lateral height. So the first thing we need to do is draw our decagon base in. So it's going to look like this. A decagon has 144-degree angles in it. And so when we draw in our usual triangle with the radius, which in this case is 6, apothem and half the side length, the angle that created there is 72. So the apothem, we can say, is found by sine of 72 equals the apothem over 6. And so the apothem is 6 sine 72. And then the perimeter is found by finding x. And so you do cosine of 72 equals x over 6. And so x equals 6 cosine 72, which means the perimeter is going to equal 10 times that, or actually 20 times that. So 120 times cosine of 72. So now looking at our formula here, it's going to be the area of the base, which is 1/2 AP, A, 6 sine 72. P, we found out to be 120 cosine 72, plus 1/2 times that perimeter, 120 cosine 72, times L. Well, L is found by applying the Pythagorean theorem, so L squared plus this squared, not L squared equals the sine 72 squared plus 8 squared, right? Remember, we got that from this triangle that's inside here. And so we type that into our calculator and make sure we take the square root of it. And so you get 8 squared plus, and then you put in parentheses 6 sine 72. Make sure you close parentheses and square it, and you get 96.56. But to find L, we need to take the square root of that. And so L turns out to be 9.826612. And so that's what goes over here. And so now all we need to do is put all this into our calculator. And so we're going to do 1/2 times 6 is 3 times 120 is 360. So 360 times sine 72 times cosine 72. And then we're going to add this to it, which is going to be 60 times, and I'm just going to use my second answer button to find this because I still have that in the line above. And then times the cosine of 72. When we do all that, we end up with 287.9967, which rounds to just 288.00 because of the 99 and then the 6, it rounds up. And so it's going to be, the next thing up is 288.00. So the correct answer there is 288.00.